In a recent diplomatic development, Russian President Vladimir Putin held a phone call with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa to discuss the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. The conversation between the two leaders revolved around finding a peaceful resolution to the conflict and exploring Africa's potential role in brokering a ceasefire. This high-level discussion highlights the importance of global cooperation and the significance of Africa's involvement in international affairs. The call between Putin and Ramaphosa, which took place on Wednesday, was initiated by the Russian president. It signifies Russia's recognition of South Africa's diplomatic influence and its potential to contribute to the resolution of the Ukraine crisis. The conversation comes amid escalating tensions in the region and international concerns about the humanitarian and geopolitical consequences of the conflict. The Kremlin's official statement regarding the call emphasized the shared commitment of both leaders to finding a peaceful solution to the crisis in Ukraine. The leaders expressed their concerns about the escalating violence and the devastating impact it has had on the lives of civilians. They acknowledged the need for dialogue and stressed the importance of a ceasefire to prevent further casualties and facilitate the delivery of humanitarian aid. One of the key aspects discussed during the call was Africa's potential role in mediating a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia. South Africa, as a prominent African nation, has a history of involvement in peacekeeping and conflict resolution efforts on the continent. President Ramaphosa's experience and leadership make him a credible interlocutor in international affairs, and his engagement in the Ukraine crisis could provide a fresh perspective and new avenues for diplomacy. The conversation between Putin and Ramaphosa demonstrates the evolving dynamics of global diplomacy, where traditional powerhouses are reaching out to emerging regional players to find solutions to complex challenges. Africa, with its growing influence and economic potential, is increasingly being recognized as a valuable partner in addressing global issues. The call between the Russian and South African presidents highlights this trend and underscores the need for inclusive and diverse approaches to conflict resolution. The Ukraine crisis has had far-reaching consequences, both regionally and globally. The conflict has caused immense suffering for the people of Ukraine and has strained relations between Russia and many Western nations. The involvement of African nations in finding a peaceful resolution could introduce fresh perspectives and contribute to bridging gaps in understanding and negotiation. President Ramaphosa's engagement in the Ukraine crisis has garnered attention in South Africa and beyond. It highlights the country's commitment to international peace and security, as well as its willingness to take on a proactive role in resolving conflicts beyond its immediate region. South Africa's history of overcoming apartheid and its transition to democracy has positioned it as a symbol of hope and reconciliation. By extending its diplomatic efforts to global issues, South Africa can contribute its unique experiences and expertise to fostering dialogue and finding peaceful solutions. The call between Putin and Ramaphosa also underscores the importance of communication and dialogue in resolving conflicts. In an era where geopolitical tensions can quickly escalate, open lines of communication between leaders are vital to preventing further escalation and ensuring that all parties had an opportunity to express their concerns and perspectives. The fact that President Putin initiated the call reflects a willingness to engage in dialogue and explore potential avenues for de-escalation. As the situation in Ukraine continues to evolve, the international community needs to remain engaged and committed to finding a peaceful resolution. The call between Putin and Ramaphosa serves as a reminder that diplomacy, negotiation, and collaboration are crucial in resolving complex conflicts. It also highlights the potential of Africa to contribute to global peace and security, leveraging its unique experiences, perspectives, and diplomatic networks. Africa has a long history of peacekeeping efforts and conflict resolution initiatives. The continent has been involved in resolving conflicts in various regions, including West Africa, the Great Lakes region, and the Horn of Africa. African nations, through organizations such as the African Union, AU, and regional economic communities, have successfully brokered peace agreements and facilitated dialogue between conflicting parties. South Africa, in particular, has played a significant role in promoting peace and stability in Africa. As a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, the country has actively participated in peacekeeping missions and contributed to conflict resolution efforts. President Ramaphosa's involvement in the Ukraine crisis further solidifies South Africa's commitment to global peace and security. By engaging in dialogue with Russia and exploring Africa's potential role in brokering a ceasefire, President Ramaphosa demonstrates the country's commitment to peaceful and diplomatic solutions. South Africa's history of overcoming apartheid and its successful transition to democracy positions it as a symbol of reconciliation and resilience. The country's experiences in navigating complex conflicts and promoting inclusive dialogue can serve as a valuable asset in the resolution of the Ukraine crisis. Furthermore, Africa's involvement in international affairs aligns with the continent's aspirations for increased global representation and influence. The African Union's Agenda 2063 emphasizes the need for a united, peaceful, and prosperous Africa that plays an active role in global governance. By engaging in the Ukraine crisis, African nations have an opportunity to shape international narratives, contribute to peace-building efforts, and promote Africa's interests on the global stage. While the outcome of the call between Putin and Ramaphosa remains to be seen, the fact that the conversation took place indicates a willingness to explore diplomatic solutions and engage in dialogue. It is essential for all parties involved to prioritize the well-being of the Ukrainian people and work towards a peaceful resolution that respects the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine. The international community, including African nations, must continue to support efforts for a ceasefire and work towards a sustainable political solution. Diplomatic engagement, backed by regional and international organizations, can provide the necessary platform for dialogue and negotiation. It is crucial to ensure that humanitarian aid reaches the affected population and that steps are taken to address the root causes of the conflict. The phone call between President Putin and President Ramaphosa regarding the Ukraine crisis underscores the importance of global cooperation and the potential of Africa's involvement in international affairs. The conversation highlights the need for inclusive and diverse approaches to conflict resolution, with a focus on dialogue, negotiation, and diplomacy. Africa's history of peacekeeping and conflict resolution, as well as South Africa's unique experiences, position the continent to play a constructive role in finding a peaceful resolution to the Ukraine crisis. As the situation continues to evolve, the international community must remain engaged and committed to supporting efforts for a ceasefire and a sustainable political solution.